Alright guys, got the Maverick Flux MT out today. I'm going to do the shock oil on this one. So I mentioned I was going to do the 70 weight. One of my subscribers recommended trying 50 weight also. So I have 70 weight in my XT Flux Maverick. So I'm going to do 50 weight in the MT. Just so you can see the differences in the performance. Obviously it's a monster truck versus a truggy version, but I heard my subscribers definitely let me know a lot of good information and they say, hey, try the 50. So I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna put 50 in here. It has a stock oil in it right now that comes from the factory. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 50 weight in there and try to get a run in it there this week once the snow stops and all that good stuff. All right, got my shock stand right here. Protect shock stand. Use that to set the shocks in, fill them up. My little tools I use. Let's see here. So move this to the side. All right. So with this MT, it's just like the XT, two screws, one here, one on the top. Basically front and rear, same thing. You just kind of remember which position that they're in when you take them out. So right now, this is in the inner hole on the lower control arm and the outer hole on the upper shock tower. So I'm gonna do pretty much one at a time. I may do two, have one setting up while I'm taking the other one off. And it's a 2.0 bit that allow you to remove the screw that removes the shocks off the arm. Yeah, these trucks are a lot of fun, guys. Definitely have fun running these guys. And then the shock stand has a magnetic strip right here. Set the screw on and it holds the screw. All right, so go ahead and pop this guy out. I actually forgot to get my my rag to pour the old filter out. So give me 1 second, guys. Be right back. All right, so I'm back. So I'll kind of do a little quick inspection, visual inspection on the shock, make sure it's not damaged. If I need to replace any parts. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove the little shock boot. Spray some just pull back on the spring, and you pop that out to the side like that. Keep it off to the side, and then you pretty much just have the shock. It should just be hand tightened. Yep. So it comes right out. All right. It does have a good amount of oil in there. All right, and it does have a diaphragm on the top of it also. Make sure you don't lose any of those parts. I'm gonna dump the oil out. All right. Set this on the shock stand. Set off to the side. Get my 50 weight oil out. Make sure we're good to go with that. Pop the seal off. And I'm using Traxxas 50 weight shock oil also. It is hard getting any type of oils and diff lubes and all that stuff these days. A lot of stuff is pretty much sold out. All right, so got that out. All right, so go ahead and fill this guy up. You don't want to overfill your shock either. Just kind of move the piston up and down a little bit so I get some of the air out. And you don't want to push the piston past the lube and get more air into it. I like to turn the rod as well while I move it up and down, get some air out. All right. And I'll let it sit on the stand while I take the second shock off. Remember, it's in the outer on the top and the inner on the bottom. I left the screw on the bottom of this one here, you know, just in case, like I say, your first time doing it, you don't want to, you know, you want to leave everything the same way. So pretty much just leave the screw in the same location. Definitely helps you remember where it goes. Little tips I use when I take stuff apart for the first time. I try to put the screw back in the same position that I got it from. At least I have an idea where it goes, you know, once it's time to put it back together. All right, same thing the second one. You pull the spring down, pop the boot out, and there you go. Just like that, guys. All right, put it to the other side. All right, and then also look at the shock. Make sure nothing is bent, you know, a little visual inspection on it. All right, and then twist the top. This one's a little tighter than the other one, but there you go. Got it loose. And take the cover off. All right. This one also has a little diaphragm in there. This one seemed to be pushed down a little bit more than the other one was, but it should be good. All right, over here. Dump the lube out. This shock seemed to have a little bit more lube than the other one. Go ahead, dump that out. Sorry for the noise. All right, clean that out. Go ahead and pour your new shock oil in. Again, I'm using 50 weight oil. All right. Same thing, nice and easy. Rotate the piston shaft, the shock piston, while I move the shaft up and down. Try to get as much bubbles as I can out of it. All right, and I'm gonna let it sit. Now I'm going to top off the first shock that I took apart. All right, top it off. Try doing both. All right. Let it sit for a second, you know, about a minute or two. All right, so I could start working on the rear, but I'm just gonna give it a little bit, guys. Just take your time when you're doing this stuff. Boy, let the lube sit, the oil sit for a little bit, and I'll come back, put that back together, put the front back together, and then I'll do the rear. So I'm gonna just cut the video just to save some time and space. I'll get back with you guys in 2 seconds. All right, so I had the shock sitting for a few minutes, and now it's time to put it back together, guys. So it's already topped off, and I'm just gonna put the cap back on, hand tight. Don't need to get any pliers or anything to tighten it down too much. Like I said, hand tight, guys. All right, then put the shaft, pretty good. All right, there we go. Do the reverse with the spring, the boot. There we go. Shocks back together. All right, so then you just reverse what you just did. Just basically slide that in there at the bottom. Just the reverse, guys. Yeah, so hopefully one day this week I'll get to run this guy. The weather's been pretty crazy around here, so definitely can't wait to get a running video with the new shock oil. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, the 70 weight oil I did with the XT made a big difference. Such a big difference. I can imagine what this 50 will do. So definitely can't wait to give it a try. I mean, I like the way the truck ran before. I mean, definitely seemed a little stiff, the suspension, but it still performed pretty well. But I know it's really gonna perform awesome with this new shock oil in here. And again, based on the way I run my cars. Now everybody run their cars differently. Most guys probably do like super jumps and all kinds of stuff with these guys. I mostly just have, you know, just you know, flat surface type of bashing with mines. I would like to do a little jumps, so I will be borrowing my boy's ramp, VA boy's ramp. Try to get that coordinated. And I'm gonna definitely take these guys off some little jumps with it and see how that goes. See how it deal with my terrible jumping skills. But it definitely will be fun. All right. Alright, so now the fronts are pretty much done, guys. Definitely have a lot more. Moves pretty easy. See, the front's a lot quicker than the rear. Alright, so now turn the truck around and then do the same for the rear, guys. Take the screw out, top and bottom. Do the same as the front. Same as the front, guys. I'm gonna try to do this one a little bit quicker. Again, don't want to give you guys a long, boring video. I'll knock this guy out. Pretty much get these cars ready so I can run them this week. Same thing as the front, guys. Pop those little boots out. Hold on, almost got it, guys. Here we go. All right. Again, inspect it. Got a little dirt in there. Let's clean that out. Alright, it's pretty good. Boot stayed on. Put that back in, guys. Empty that out. And definitely, man, big thanks to my subscribers that's given me a lot of information on these Mavericks. These guys been out overseas, so you guys definitely know all the good tips and tricks and all that. Most recently, my guy Jillian, his YouTube name, he told me about the 50 weight oil. And I definitely like that about this about YouTube. And like my subscribers, they definitely, give me information, because I don't know everything. I definitely like trying different type of vehicles, different brands, just different stuff. I just like all the cars in the hobby, man, for the most part. So if I don't know some, or somebody, one of my subscribers like, hey man, try, this shock or whatever it is, I'll definitely try it. I'm not a know-it-all or any of that type of stuff. So if somebody say, hey, try this, if it's something I'm trying to work on, if somebody said try something, I will definitely give it a try. Get a shock. It's pretty straight as well. It's a little dirty. Let's clean it up. What I have it here. All right. Go ahead and get this one going as well. So yeah, definitely big thanks to my subscribers, man. I definitely appreciate all the information you guys give to me. I definitely do take it into consideration. So definitely welcome all the suggestions. I just want to get that in there. I will sort that out in a second. All this. Put some 50 weight oil in there. All right, let that sit for a second. All right. These little guys, tough little trucks. Definitely tough little trucks. I learned something this winter. Like I said, I don't really run too much in the wintertime, but I did take a few cars out, especially these. And first I took the XT out. It was pretty cold outside, and I destroyed that truck. It was too cold. You definitely want to run, or try to bash these cars in the freezing cold. At least what I experienced and what people have told me. I know some people still run them in the cold, which is fine. Maybe it's just my luck. And I broke it, so I've been taking it a little easy or driving it more on slightly warmer days. It's still cold, but it's not 25 degrees outside when I run them. So it's definitely not as cold as the first time. All right. And I'm kind of speeding, rushing through the rear a little bit. But get this situated up, guys. All right. Try to keep the fluids in the back as equal as possible. All right, now to reinstall the shock caps. Nice and hand tight. Check the shock. Okay. Take a few drops out. I think I might have put a little bit too much, maybe a drop or two too much in there. I'll take a little bit out of there. All right. I'll just give it a try again, guys. Yeah, I have to take some out of the other shock as well. I think I overfilled it a little bit too much. All right. Now it's not as bad. Much, much better. All right. Alright, so you don't want to overfill like I did. It didn't look like it, but it's slightly overfilled. right. And again, man, definitely want to say thank you to all my subscribers, everybody that support me and my channel, man. Definitely appreciate every one of you guys, the information you guys give to me, and I'm definitely enjoying this hobby for sure. Definitely like reading the comments. Answer as much questions as I can. Again, I don't know all of it, but what I do know, I try to share, guys. Try to share it with you guys. All right. So now the shocks are all done. Time to remount them. Slide that guy back in. Tighten the screw down. Little struggle here at first. Try to get this lined up. Okay, I'm failing miserably right now. All right, here we go. Got that one in. Second one. Alrighty. Alright guys, so I am just about done changing the shock oils. Next thing to do is take it outside for a nice little run. So as usual guys, thanks for sticking around watching this video. I know it's probably a little long, not that eventful, but anyways man, thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.